Good morning everybody, I am Sridhar Reddy. Today my topic is third lesson, which is called the chemical bonding. Immediately two questions arises. Why the elements participates in the chemical bonding? What is the definition of the chemical bonding? So in order to know why the elements participates in the chemical bonding, let us take here. Till today we have 118 elements in your modern periodic table. Among them, the elements I am taking, which are called the helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and the radon. These are the elements which are present in the last vertical column according to the International System. It is called the 18th group, and these elements are called the inert gas elements. Leaving the helium, remaining all the elements whose valency electronic configuration, if you observe, they will have the ns2 np6 configuration. Ultimately they will have 8 electron in the valency shell, and we have one rule. The rule is called the octet rule. According to the octet rule, if you observe, any atom, ion or molecule which contains the 8 electron in the valency shell, those atom, ion, molecule is said to be the stable. Ultimately these 5 elements are the stable elements, but leaving the 6 element, leaving the 118 elements, if you observe, remaining elements may have the less than 8 electron. They may have 1 to 7 electron, maximum 1, minimum 1, maximum 7 electron they have, and ultimately they are the unstable. Immediately they tries to get the stability. How they will get the stability? They will get the stability by acquiring the 8 electrons. How they acquire the 8 electrons? So some atom loses electron, some atom gains electron, some atom shares electron. Ultimately they participate in the chemical bonding. So why the elements participates in the chemical bond? In order to acquire the 8 electron in the valency shell, in order to get the stability, they participates in the chemical bonding. This is the reason. What is the chemical bonding? Chemical bonding, nothing but it is a force of attraction which binds the 2 or more than 2 atoms, ions, and that attraction is called the chemical bonding. So during the chemical bonding, what happened? During the chemical bonding, energy decreases, energy releases, energy decreases, less energy, nothing but high stability. How they will get the high stability? The energy releases, energy decreases, less energy will have the high stability. Ultimately we can say during the chemical bonding, energy releases, that's why it is a exothermic reaction. Exothermic reaction. All the chemical bonding reaction, chemically participating, nothing but the energy will be decreases. That's why it is called the exothermic reaction. Ultimately, based on the nature of the bond, how many types of bonds we have? Nothing but we have the 3 types of bonds you're having. One is called the ionic bond, covalent bond, and the dative bond, which is also called the coordinative covalent bond. So today's class I am going to give you about the ionic bond, how the ionic bond forms, what is the condition for the ionic bond, and what is the example for the ionic bond we will discuss. Come on here. First I am taking the ionic bond. Who given the ionic bond? The ionic bond was given by the Cosell. Cosell is the name of the chemist who given the ionic bond. Immediately, where the ionic bond takes place? The ionic bond takes place between the 2 atoms whose electronegativity must be more than the 1.7. Electronegative difference between the 2 atoms must be more than the 1.7. There only there exists the bond. That bond is called the ionic bond. So what is the definition of the ionic bond? We will take the example. From that example we will derive the definition of the ionic bond. Best example for the ionic bond, generally we are very familiar. That is called the sodium chloride. Sodium chloride. So sodium chloride is the best example for the ionic bond. How the ionic bond takes place in the sodium chloride, now we discuss. I am taking the sodium, I am taking whose atomic number is 11 and the electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 and the 3s1. It has the 3 shells, first shell and second shell, and this is the valency shell. In the valency shell, if you observe, we have the 3s1 configuration. It has the 1 electron. So it is having only 1 electron. In order to get the 8 electron, it does not take the 7 electron. That's why what happened? Look at here. In the valency shell, penultimate shell. In the penultimate shell, it has 2 plus 6 total 8 electron. Ultimately, sodium loses the valency electron. Sodium loses the valency electron. Whenever any atom loses electron, immediately it gives you the positive charged ion, which is called the cation. Ultimately, sodium loses one electron, immediately it forms the sodium plus ion, whose electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. Ultimately, it has the 8 electron in the valence shell, and it will get the nearest noble gas configuration. That element is called as the neon. It will get the neon configuration. Now it is stable. Now, second one, chlorine I am taking. Chlorine whose atomic number is 17 and electronic configuration, if you observe, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2 and the 3p5. Ultimately, first shell, second shell and the valency shell. In the valency shell, it has the 7 electron. Ultimately, whenever you are having the 7 electron, we can say it is also unstable. It also tries to get the 8 electron in the valency shell. Ultimately, in order to get the 8 electron, it takes 1 electron. So, chlorine is the second highest electronegative element. That's why it drags the electron. It takes the electron easily. Whenever it takes the electron, immediately chlorine converts into the negative ion, which is called the anion. It gives you the anion. The electronic configuration of the Cl minus, if you observe, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2 and the 3p6. Ultimately, now it has the 8 electrons in the valency shell. Ultimately, it stabilizes and it will get the nearest noble gas configuration, that is called the argon. Now it is the stabilized. In the intermediate, 2 marks question is there. Why the Cl minus ion is stable than the Cl? Immediately we can say the Cl minus ion will have the 8 electron in the valency shell. It will get the nearest noble gas configuration, that is the argon. Now, in this first example, we have taken the sodium plus ion we formed by the loss of electron. Chloride ion is formed, which is taken 1 electron. Now you get here. Now we are getting the 2 oppositive ions. These 2 oppositive ions are formed by the complete transfer of the electron. Sodium loses electron. That electron is taken by the chlorine. Ultimately, 2 oppositive ions are formed. One will be the positive charge and one will be the negative charge. These 2 oppositive ions are formed by completely transfer of electron. There exists a electrostatic force. Now I am giving the definition of the ionic bond. A electrostatic force of attraction which binds the 2 oppositive ions which are formed by the complete transfer of the electron. That force of attraction is called as the ionic bond. Now, these oppositive ions are held by a strong force which is called as the strong electrostatic force. Immediately it converts into the sodium chloride. Now you are getting the sodium chloride crystal you are getting, and this is about the ionic bond you are having. Now look at here. You can represent with the orbital also. Here you take the 3s1. Now, here you will take the 3s2 and 3p5. P orbital will have the 3 orientation. 1, 2, 3 according to the Hund's rule. 4 and the 5. Now, whenever it loses electron, immediately this electron shifts here. Ultimately, you will get the same. Here you will get the 8 electron. Here also you will get the 8 electron. Ultimately, it gives you the sodium plus ion and the Cl minus ion, which are formed by the complete transfer of the electron. Sodium loses 1 electron. Chlorine takes 1 electron. Thus, you will get the 2 oppositive charged ions. These are held by strong electrostatic force of attraction. That strong electrostatic force of attraction gives you the ionic bond. NaCl is held by the ionic bond. What is the condition for the ionic bond? The electronegative difference between the 2 atoms must be more than 1.7. Then only you will get the ionic bond, which was given by the Cosell. Thank you.